totally forgot. Yo, what up, what up? It's our first in-person live y a todo color.
What's up? Yeah, first in person. So of many coming.
Yeah, I think we're good like this. I'm looking at the volume bar and it seems to catch me. I'm gonna tell a couple people here to get on and let us know if the sound's good. See what's the dealio, but we got maybe a quick one, short one, or I don't even know. It depends. It says I've got to get home.
You gotta get going, but
it's a couple hours away.
yeah, but I didn't want to miss it. I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I already had made up my mind that we were gonna do it, so here we are.
Yeah. All right.
And I also wanted to see how it was gonna be live.
Sure. Well, I mean, it's gonna be a little different because we're rushing, maybe not rushing like Putin rushing, but like rushing like speeding up.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would give it a good, like I said, a good hour.
Yeah.
Maybe not one of those 2-hour sessions, but a good hour is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
But let us know how the sound.
How it sounds?
Yeah, how it sounds.
But all right, so I want to take a couple seconds to congratulate you for getting your new truck.
Yeah, get a new car.
Not just a car.
Okay, I got a new truck. I got a truck. My first, so I'm official now.
Yeah, he's officially a truck, part of the truck owning club.
Truck owner, yeah.
That's what's up.
See, we can't do that live, but we can do it on the thing.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Okay.
So he got a truck. So congratulations. I know you've been.
Summer's on there.
I
can't see it now.
Quite a minute, but yeah, that's pretty far. But no, that's good, man. So congratulations on that.
Yes, sir.
Well deserved. I know you've been working your ass off, all kinds of ways.
It's been a minute. I've been talking about that. I mentioned this what?
So you mentioned
a couple of years ago
to me.
Well, when I saw your truck, I was like, yeah, we gotta get a truck, right?
Sure,
so it's been what, a couple years?
So that's been 4 years.
4 years. Damn.
And I think you mentioned it to me at least probably a year or two before that. So I know you've been wanting one for quite some time now.
Yeah,
so that's
right.
Good. All right, so Alex said GMC, baby. Alex,
woo!
Real quick.
Shout out to my man.
So real quick, is our sound good? Low? Too far? What's the sound like?
Well, they can hear us talking about a car, so I guess it's good.
So professional grade. Look at that professional fucking grade. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, professional grade service. I cannot complain.
Wait, is he talking about the sound or is he talking about the service?
Oh, you talking about the service or the sound? Yeah, it's good. Sound a bit far.
All right. We'll scoot up a little bit. We'll touch toes here.
Yeah.
All right. What about now?
Is that better?
Because right now we're working with one mic, as you can kind of see.
Yeah, and typically I'm really like up front, like right up the mic. Yeah.
I tend to have it.
Do you have it about?
I'm probably right.
I think you would usually be a little closer. I think
I'm like right here. Like I'm trying to think. I'm chilling. It's right here.
You would be closer.
Yeah,
you would be closer. Yeah. But I mean,
great.
As long as you can understand, and like I said, for a first in-person live, I'll take it.
Yeah, so he said professional grade insert
cookies and eggs. Oh, hey, baby. My daughter's on there. There you go. That's much better.
Still can't see. You're squinting.
No, but I can see it.
So he said...
it sounds better now. Okay,
right,
cool. So now we can talk about the professional grade service I got at Texan GMC. Is that what it is? Yeah, Texan GMC?
I don't know. I didn't know he works at GMC. So if you're looking for a GMC, anybody... go to...
really any car, but Texan GMC.
Texan GMC on...
I don't know the address.
Son of a bitch. Just the highway? Is no near a highway?
59.
There you go. 59 North, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So...
Ask for Alex.
Ask for Alex Ramirez.
Alex Ramirez.
Yeah, not just any Alex, because if they give you another Alex, it's going to not be professional grade. But, so he got a GMC Sierra.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Little violent red color.
Yeah?
I love it. I really like that.
Technically, it's volcanic red.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I love the name. So like our truck is pearl black.
So do you think? Yeah.
And I'm like, it's black.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it looks red, and when I saw the paper, it said volcanic red. I was like, okay, I guess.
Yeah. So Jaime's Ford, it's like it was a new color that they came out with. It's like lightning blue or
Yeah. So
some weird color.
while we were there, Alex showed us one of the cars. It was a gray, storm gray. I don't know, but it was nice.
But I'm just like, bro,
It's gray.
fucking gray.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like nobody ever, you know, like you ever go into where you gotta register your car for like camping or anything.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like you're gonna park somewhere and it's like, what are the colors? And it's just black, red,
Whoa, volcanic red.
like other. Type in there, other. But it's really nice. I like it. So there's that.
Okay, Texan GMC 59 and Will Clayton. So now you guys know.
Yeah, so make sure head on over there, ask for Alex Ramirez, and you'll get the best
Oh, that's right.
service.
That's what I was gonna ask. My cousin was freaking out that a red car gets pulled over more often. Is that true? Has that been debunked? Is there like actual backup studies done
I'm sure
on?
there's a study to it. You know, I'm sure somewhere on the internet there's a study. I will say, Ram 2900, I mean 2500, not 29. Ram 2500 at one point in time was the most stopped vehicle.
Sure, but was that the most popular truck?
I don't know, but time out. Check this out, motherfucker. I got fucking pulled over. This is why I know, because I looked it up.
I've been there when you
yes,
pulled over.
You were there.
Yeah.
This was in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Okay, but this wasn't the time I looked it up. I looked it up. I got pulled over twice in that fucking 3 times.
That's right. Yeah.
Man, so this was in. Damn, it was with Diana. This one when we did the Utah trip, when we did the desert trip.
Okay.
I can't remember which state it was in, but you know, I'm fucking. I don't remember which time it was, but I think is when I went around some slow ass car in front of me.
You're hauling ass.
This was a 2-way, and then it had a center turn lane.
Okay.
You know, and I kind of went around into the turn lane, you know, cut them off, and there was a cop right there. Woo! Pulls me over, and he was actually really good. He didn't give me a ticket. I think that was the first time I didn't get a ticket. He gave me a warning.
But was it a speeding thing or?
No, this was a like disorderly. I don't know, like because
you passed the car.
Yeah, I did that,
and
okay. So you know, he's like, I told him, look, I'm not from around here. Obviously, he's on my Texas license, and you know, whatever. But
we do it. That's how we do it in Texas.
You know,
I'm sorry.
I can't remember. Did he give me a ticket or not? I think this is the first time ever I got a warning in my life. I've never been stopped and not got a ticket, so that was pretty dope.
Okay.
But I think after that, I looked it up, and it was the most. No, that story's real, but that's not when I looked it up. I looked it up when I went. We were in this shitty ass town. It's about bumblebees. The town had like bees and shit. It goes from a 70 to 30 miles per hour. So you go into a town. It's not like 70.
Yeah, so it's gonna take you like 5 minutes to get from 70 to 30.
And check this out. The entrance to this town is on a downhill. It's on a downhill turn.
So it's more of a
boy, and it's not like 70, 55, 45.
And it's not like you're driving a tiny ass car where you can just
that too. So, but this is 70 to 40, I think it was. I remember, and downhill, you know, turn. Sure enough, this fucking cop. Woo! That's when I looked it up because I was like, man, I think this was the third time we got pulled over. Not in that trip, but overall. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And we found out that Ram 2500 was one of the most pulled over vehicles.
So is it because the people that own the trucks?
So it's funny because there's a lot of memes out there about like Ram owners, period. Not even just 2500 Ram owners, where they fucking drive with their side mirrors out, like they're actually towing something, but they're not. Like, that's like a thing.
Right, yeah.
I hate that shit. But so the idea, I think, like the memes are like Ram drivers are reckless.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And I mean,
and that's what I mean. Is that kind of sip into like the mentality of, you know, everybody, and that's why. So same thing with the color, right? Is it because it just catches your attention and you think that's the reason that it stands out, or is it I don't know. It can't be just because
I can't. It can't. I don't think it's because it's red. Like maybe because it stands out. You
stands
know.
out. Yeah, yeah. Well,
Fucking
one thing I heard
racists.
was the color red in a car. It has, I guess, the tendency of seem like it's going faster, or people that have that kind of color, it's because they like to go faster in general, right? So colors that kind of stand out are related to people that like driving faster. That's what it is. So
Maybe
that
that.
might be it.
Maybe that because I was gonna say like even if they look like they're going faster,
Right, that wouldn't
that
matter technically.
yeah, because the idea is that they're gonna use the radar gun and
Ideally.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but so Alex said that red vehicles do not get pulled over more often. I mean, I'm sure there's a study somewhere. Look, studies are fucking bullshit, right? Because you can manipulate any study.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I don't think so. I know I heard this many times, but I don't think that's the case. I think it depends on like how reckless you're driving. Of course, you're gonna stand out if all cars are like
yeah,
white and black, and
sure,
you see one that's red,
sure.
or pearl black. My bad.
Pro black, get it right.
Right.
Yeah, get it right.
Uh, but yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know, but that bitch looks badass.
It
So
actually, I like the color. Yeah, it's nice.
it's really
It's
good.
just a plus. I really don't care. If I'm honest, didn't really care about the color. I'm glad it's nice,
Yeah.
but I was like, whatever, right?
Well, I mean, you
Actually,
wouldn't
I
want like
liked.
a shit green, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't like shade green for sure. But so there was two cars that I was looking. There was a couple cars, but when I got there, it was we talked about one. It was white, which is normal, just a regular white car.
Yeah.
It was nice, right? And then like 30 seconds later, Alex like, oh no, we sold it. So it didn't even last like a minute after we were talking about it.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is.
Now I wonder, does that what is it, volcanic red?
Yeah,
Does that volcanic red hide dust?
I don't know.
Right? Because
We'll have to wait and
my
see.
pearl black doesn't.
Right.
Like a fucking speck of
Yeah.
dust lands on it, bro, and it's just
Yeah.
ruined.
I don't know. I don't know.
So
Like I said, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just like trying,
You're just like getting something.
yeah, he was trying to get something that made sense and uh, professional grade service.
Hell yeah.
And I got 2 free bottles of water. I got
Wow.
Coke Zero.
Wow.
Yeah. So
You don't get that just anywhere.
just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good, man. No, but like I said, I'd like to congratulate you because I know you've been working towards it.
Hey, thank you, sir.
So
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's crazy how manifestation works, right?
Yeah.
Like just speaking it out.
And then
talking
we were
about it
joking
here
about
and
it
there.
yesterday, but it I think it's just the state of mind that it puts you in.
We were talking about it yesterday. I
Yeah.
think you forgot you were here
Yeah,
yesterday. Holy
that's
shit.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So as a matter of fact, I bring this up with Diana all the time
Yeah.
because she and everybody does it, right? But she manifests negative thoughts so much.
Let's put it this way. Some people tend to be too realistic, right? And they
But-
don't. They just expect the worst, I guess, right?
Okay, I believe that, but I don't think it's realistic.
So you don't think it's just them trying to keep it real?
No, what I think it is them preparing for failure.
Yeah, I mean
Because-
that's what. So that's what manifesting, right? Like keeping a positive attitude, and
Well, you can
the
manifest
idea
that,
is sure, yeah. But the idea is that if you have a positive attitude and you have a positive spin on things, that good things are gonna happen,
correct?
right?
Yeah.
Because you start looking for the things. So
Yeah.
what were we talking about? Remember you
Is it
said
Tony Robinson?
no. Well, yeah, no, but something specific that we said. If you focus on like the thing, you're gonna hit it, right?
Sure. Yeah. So you used the example of skiing.
Yeah,
So when you learn to ski, or when they're training you to ski, or when you have somebody coaching you to ski, they tell you not to focus on the tree
yeah.
because you're gonna end up hitting the tree.
That's where you're gonna end up.
And I'll tell you what, I went snowboarding. The one time that I went snowboarding, you do go where you look.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it makes sense.
yeah, and I made the reference yesterday about driving.
Yeah, same
Right?
thing.
You ever, we shouldn't, right? But you ever look at your phone to the left or to the right or whatever, you're holding your phone, you look to the right and you start kind of swerving to the right.
Yeah.
It's never the opposite way for some reason. Like it's never like you look this way and you start going that way.
Yeah, it's not.
So I guess that's a sort of manifestation.
Sure, right? But that's a more direct, like physical way of looking at it, right? But if we're talking about mentality, you focus on positive things, then that's kind of where you're heading.
Yeah.
Or it's not where you're heading, but it's just you find a way of getting there.
Yeah.
Because you have.
So in your words, you could be heading great, but because you manifested and focused on the negative result because
that's
you wanted to prepare for the worst, you ended up there. You know, and that's like the comfort zone talk, right? Because you're like, well, I expected this, so whatever,
Yeah,
and so you're comfortable.
You're fine with it
because you're fine with it.
You don't challenge yourself.
Yeah, and Diana does that a lot. And there's a way to like. So I was talking to I keep bringing up my therapist. I feel like
oh, we love your therapist. At this point, I feel like I'm getting.
You're going with me.
I'm getting secondhand therapy.
Yeah. So we were talking about how.
He said, and ballet service. Yeah, I sure did.
Hell yeah.
And free ride.
Free ride, man. Just go to, what is it, Texan
GMC.
On fucking 59 in Will Clayton.
In Humble, yeah.
And you'll fucking damn near almost get your dick sucked.
Almost. And for the right price, you might.
Married.
Just saying.
No, but so I was telling you, I was talking to my therapist, and we were talking about manifestation for some odd reason, and I had mentioned something about money, and she said you would be rich or wealthy or whatever,
or better off at least.
Sure, but you cancel it out with other manifestations. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, well, you always say, oh, but I can't because I'm broke, or oh, I can't because I don't have the money, or oh, I can't because, and that cancels out, I'm going to be a millionaire, right? Or I'm going to be 100,000 there, or I'm going to make this much money, or whatever. And then you say some other conversation.
You're saying if you you can think about it, but if you truly put your focus on that goal, then you would get there.
100%.
But you thinking about it, but that doesn't mean that's the only thing you're thinking about.
Correct.
And then everything else kind of keeps you away from there.
Yeah.
It might get there, but you might get there late or slowly.
You may not even
get there.
Because you keep canceling it out.
Yeah, right? That makes sense.
So there's a spiritual idea to this. There's energy idea to this and all that. Like you speak words, and words are energy, and they carry weight. So when you spit it out into the world, they're gonna come back somehow, some way.
Okay, I've never thought about that, but
if you spit out 10% positive and 10% negative, they're gonna come back and cancel each other out.
Okay.
So it's just, you said something about like being realistic, and it's not necessarily being realistic, because being realistic is being a millionaire, being 100,000.
I just didn't want you to get in trouble in the future, but
I want her to hear this, and I want her to I want her to stop.
Yeah.
Like I want her to stop.
Well, you said something earlier, and I was joking about the realistic thing, but the comfortable thing is for sure.
Yeah.
Then I think I mentioned it before. Like you don't learn when you're comfortable.
Yeah.
You don't grow when you're comfortable, right? You learn when you're uncomfortable. You
Yeah.
grow when you're uncomfortable. Like you get out of your comfort zone. That's where like things happen. So going back to the realistic thing, it's really more being too comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Complacent to where you are.
Sure.
And not having that mentality doesn't let you move forward.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it has to do with fear. Fear of different things, right? Fear of what if I do succeed?
Yeah.
What do I do next? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a big thing. Like, okay, you succeeded in your goal. Like, what is next? Like, how do you keep going, right? Because we don't know what's next.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're not there yet. You know what I mean? Type thing. And so there's that fear that stops people from expecting more or hoping for more. And then there's also the fear of what if I fail? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People don't like failing.
And what repercussions are going to happen if...
Yeah.
So you play it too safe.
And
yeah, definitely I'm a victim of that. all day.
Playing it too safe.
Yeah, too safe, not taking enough risk. I don't know. I think we all are, right?
Man, well, you have.
Well, how do we find ways to? Okay, let's talk about this. And how do you find ways to pushing yourself? Like, give me a
So,
tool right now. Secondhand therapy. If you ever talked about that, what tools or what practice or what good behavior or anything that
so
can lead us to
one
getting uncomfortable.
one thing that going back to my therapist, man, we need to get my therapist on here. She taught me about getting
Damn.
on here. She's been like, "Hey, let me know." But so one thing about what she said is okay. I'm gonna give some background. So I asked her. I mentioned to her how I don't do shit that I want to do. That I let it just kind of sit and keep waiting for me to do it. One example is there's a branch hanging on one of my trees in the backyard that it's hanging. It's probably going to affect the tree long
You
term.
wanted to go back there and fucking just chop it up.
Sure, it could probably. I don't know if it's big enough anymore because I think it's kind of broken up some more to where it can damage the house if it falls on it. But and the conclusion was Moises doesn't do things unless they're like emergency, right? Like unless they need to be done, right? So if they can be put off, I
It's a
put them
procrastination.
off. Well,
Is that what we're talking
sure,
about?
kind of. And so I
Well,
asked her
yeah,
how.
because they're not things that you have to do, but things you want to do.
Correct. But the idea is that to be successful, you're gonna or wealthy or whatever successful looks to you.
You
Is
gotta
doing
take action
things that you don't necessarily want to do. I want to play
all
Call of Duty
day.
all day. I want to watch TV all day. I want to sit the fuck here, talk to you all day, and just have millions come into my bank account. But that's not probably
Right.
going to happen just yet,
Yeah.
So one of the things she said, and I promise we're not taking this from Nike, but it's like you
Just
just
fucking
gotta
do it.
fucking do it.
Just fucking. We talked about this. Just make the fucking burgers. Remember?
Just make the fucking burger.
Amen. Just make the fucking burgers. So if you guys know what we're talking about, let us know.
So the idea is that she was giving me some things. So some of the things was like you got to reward yourself after, and so I was giving her
Is that behavior? Yes.
though. But I was giving her excuses and real excuses that for Moises, I'm not trained enough mentally, physically, whatever, to accept a small gift. So she was like, "Well, once you cut the grass, go drink a beer or two." And I'm like, "That's not really a gift because, like, I'll drink a beer if I want to."
Yeah.
Or she was like, "Okay, well, whenever you do something good or get a promotion or whatever, go out to eat with Diana. Go on a date, enjoy your day." And I'm like, "But not that we do it all the time, but we'll do it.
Do it anyways. Yeah.
Like, and it's not necessarily. So she was like, "Okay, look, honestly, then you're giving me all these excuses. Then just fucking do it. That's what you got to do. Just do it." And I was like, "Damn."
So my branch at home, I guess you could say, that I can relate to, is there's this one box at my house that's sitting like right when you go upstairs of things that were packed when we moved, and it's just sitting there. And every day I say I'm gonna put it away. I'm gonna go through it. Put things where they gotta go because it just fucking irritates the hell out of me having that box there. But I just don't. I never get to it. I don't do it.
But it doesn't.
But I do other things.
You enough.
It
doesn't irritate you enough to say,
just
I'm gonna
fuck
just fucking
this.
do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm gonna make the
Matter of
fucking
fact,
burger.
I made it worse because I added something in there. I put something else in there.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So it's like we have this similar problem where it's like if it's not make or break, we don't do it.
We're not take care of it.
Yeah. And it's
that's something that I think about it. I think about it pretty often, especially when it comes to because I feel like I'm really more productive at work because I have to, right? Because it's like you got the responsibility, you got the pressure there, right? But even then, sometimes I'm like, damn, I could do more, right? I can get more things done. Um, but it is a mentality thing. It's a mentality thing. Like if I were just to go as soon as I get home, just take care of that box, right? And then I know after that I can relax, sit down, whatever. It wouldn't take that much time. But instead, I choose to be frustrated every day when I walk through there.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm taking that punishment. Like it's.
So I wonder if this is almost like what was I gonna say? I just blanked out.
Yes. So okay, we got a couple comments here. So one says,
So Rebecca said, so in my situation, do I go with what is realistic according to the doctors, or do I go my own way? So I need a little bit of what does my own way mean? Like I know your situation, right? Because you're my friend and we talk, but I'd like to understand what my own way means. And so I'll wait for that before I can elaborate. And then Alex said, read a book called Atomic Habits.
"Hey man, we've talked about this book,
and I got a motherfucking story to tell you about that.
Yeah.
If y'all were following me a couple years ago, me and Rebecca had a book club and we actually read that book, and that was the first book we went over and we talked about. So I have read it. I do believe I need to read it again just to kind of
re-emphasize some of those points,
and
like reinforce some of the points. Okay, what's your biggest takeaway? Don't want to put you on the spot,
but Atomic Habits.
Yeah,
1% a day makes 1% growth a day makes a 37 times, so 3,700% difference of whatever you're doing. So if you grow $1 a day, right? You 1%, so 1 penny, then whatever that math is, you'll have $37 at the end of the year. That doesn't sound like a lot, right? But when you go,
but when you apply that to other things,
whether let's say you have $100,000, now you're talking about $37,000, which is what a lot of people make a year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. In one month.
Also, I'm thinking. So I'm taking it another way. Behavior. If you just do one thing differently, right? Eventually, it leads you to where it's gonna make a huge difference.
Oh yeah.
Right.
100%. Yeah.
So I know I was really proud yesterday. I got home. Well, I got to your house, and you guys were doing a little 30-minute workout.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
30 minutes is not that much. I wait 30 minutes in the restroom. You know what I mean? Like doing nothing. You sitting there like scrolling through bullshit, right?
Yeah.
But how much different would it be if I trade those 30 minutes to a 30-minute workout, like health wise and just everything, right?
Everything.
And my excuse a lot of times for not working out or not doing anything physical is like I don't have enough time because I want to go there and like invest half of my day, but sometimes I can't. So if I don't plan on doing at least 2 hours, then I just don't do it.
So it goes back to what I was saying, where our reward has to be big in our extent, so that we're like, oh, nice. Because you say you want to go spend half of the day or 2 hours or whatever, because that to you is a big reward. Like, yeah, I worked out for 2 hours.
Right. That's like, yeah. That's the only way that making a difference, which actually in reality, it probably won't even make a difference.
It wouldn't make a difference. If you did it once, it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah.
If you did one workout for 2 hours a month and somebody did 10 minutes every day.
Oh, yeah, I know for a fact.
They'd be better off. It's crazy how compound growth, let's call it, not compound, but compound growth is crazy.
Yeah.
Like you see it with these, normally you see it with money, but you see it with just everything. I was watching this video about the first $100,000, going back to money, the first $100,000 is the hardest to make, let's call it. The guy was talking about how it can take, I think, 7 to 8 years to save $100,000, right? Versus getting to $1 million, it's a lot faster from 100,000 to $1 million. So, sorry, it's faster to get from $100,000 to $1 million than it is to get from 0 to 100,000. And you're like, that doesn't make sense because this is 100,000 versus 900,000. But the idea is that there's a compound growth. So it'll take, when you get to, for example, when you get to 900,000 after whatever, it takes you a year to a year and a half to make that 100,000 to $1 million. Versus the first 100,000 took you 7 to 8 years. The last 100,000 will take you a year to a year and a half. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
You know?
And you said something earlier about we want those big rewards. So same thing with having targets or goals, right? Mm-hmm. You want to be a billionaire, right? But we're not. And back to your point, if you're not breaking it down, what does that mean, right? On a daily basis, what does that mean on a weekly and monthly and whatever basis, right? Yeah. Like you just know you want to be a billionaire. Well, if you want to be a billionaire, you're probably not going to get there just by thinking you're going to be a billionaire or a millionaire. Sure. But if you kind of break it down and say, okay, this is the difference that I have to make every day to get to that point, then you got something. Then you got something to work on. So you're
Yeah.
not focusing on like the big reward. You're focusing on, like the therapist said, the little quick rewards, right? So that's one way of looking at it.
And I keep bringing this up in all of our discussions, and it's that instant gratification, bro.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
fucking, it's a disease. It's a fucking disease, bro. I hate it because I want to be able to be fine making $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 extra, or losing 10, 20 pounds a year, whatever. And then the next year do the same thing, and then I want to be fine with it. But if I don't see change in a month, bro, I'm like,
it's that culture.
this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
bullshit. This is
It's a
bullshit. It doesn't
cultural
work.
change. Because back in the day it was okay, save, 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 and eventually like you make the big purchase, you do the right thing, you're responsible. But we don't get to that point because again we're kind of just being trained to just instantly get it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And expecting it.
yeah. So let's see.
It's hard to break, man.
It is. So we got some more comments in here. It says, Alex said, I'm halfway through it. It's quite interesting to release. It relates to this topic. No, I agree. You know what? Honestly, Atomic Habits, I think it's a book that everybody in the absolute world should read. I don't know why I said it like that, but I think everybody should read it. It's got a lot of good ideas. It's got a lot of good suggestions. It's got a lot of good background knowledge. It's a really good book. It's actually very, very good. When we read it, I learned a lot from it. I applied some of those things into my life, and I will honestly say that when I was doing that, I don't want to say life was easier, but
I would love to talk about it because like,
so read the book and we'll talk about it.
yeah.
How about that? All right, so
maybe Alex, you can join in since you're like fresh,
yeah,
and we can
have
make it.
Rebecca on
Yeah,
here, too.
yeah. I'm gonna,
Okay, so Rebecca said not listening to the doctors as far as timeline, and if you're talking about life and time, yeah, I wouldn't listen to the motherfuckers. Whenever they tell you you got a day, 2 days, 10 days, 5 years, 1 year,
because again, that's you kind of setting your mind into a negative thing.
correct. Like if somebody tells you you got a week to live, that you believe, especially if it's a higher professional, let's call it, somebody that's specified in that role, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, I got a week to live, and what's gonna happen on day 7? You're gonna probably kill yourself, not intentionally, but you're gonna shut down. Your brain's gonna be like, okay, we reached that week mark.
In best case scenario, you just had a horrible week because you're just not thinking about it, and it's not gonna be good.
Yeah. So when it comes to timelines, yeah, I think that's where we struggle. In everything, money, life, everything, time, right? We want it to be now. We want to be better right now. We want to be good right now. We want to feel happy.
I think we're all looking for that silver bullet.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not about that.
Yeah. And sometimes it is there and we just don't see it because
going back to the fear factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's right there,
Yeah.
And we're just like, nah. Or sometimes we'll stop ourselves from getting there, kind of talking about like think about like if you have a child and the whole time you're telling him or her they're going to be a certain type of way when they grow up, that person believes that and they end up being that way.
Yeah.
Right? 9 times out of 10. It doesn't always happen like that, but similar thing here, right? If a doctor or a therapist or a school teacher or whatever tells you certain thing, if you don't have the knowledge or you think they know better than you, you're probably going to believe that, stick to it.
If you don't have a positive figure in your life that can kind of steer you back onto a positive thing, right? Yeah. Like a mentor or something like that.
But I'll tell you what, on Rebecca's thing, we found out about her health or something about her health a couple years back, and I didn't even ask anything negative. I can't remember exactly how it went, and Rebecca, correct me if I'm wrong, but all I said is, what can we do to make it better? Like what? Like I didn't even ask like what they tell you, what's wrong. Like what can we do to make it better? Let's work on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like don't think about what they told you. I mean, think about it, but how about we work on making it better? Because worst case scenario, you don't get better. You know what I mean?
And that's kind of going back to and I don't remember now if it's at work. I work for sure. I bring it up a lot, right? But what can we control? What can you control?
Yeah.
You can't control life
No, you
in a
can't.
way, right? In a way, you
Sure, sure, sure,
can't
sure, sure.
control what what's gonna happen. But what you can control is what you're doing now, here, today.
Yeah.
Um, so why worry about something that you don't have control over? Or let's say you can control time, right? You can go back in time,
No, you can't control
and
time.
so focus on the things that you can do today, right?
Yeah.
Um, focus on the things you have control over, and I think that's just a good practice overall. To
So there's a saying that goes with that. It's like one of these old, I guess I don't know if it's Chinese or whatever, but it's about yeah,
it's always Chinese,
it's like
but
a
what?
Chinese proverb or
Made
something.
in China.
Where it's like if you live in the past, you live.
Oh, hey, what's up?
You live in regret, or you're like always upset. If you live in the future, you're always anxious. So the best thing to do is live in the moment, live in the day.
Yes,
because that's the only thing that you have.
That's the only thing we have. Yeah,
you don't have the past anymore. The past is gone.
It's gone.
So
yeah,
you don't have it, and you don't have the future.
You can only learn from the past at best.
Sure, but you're learning in the moment, right?
Yeah.
So we take this proverb the way it is.
If
you're
you
learning
learn
in the moment.
Yeah.
You're not learning back there anymore because that's gone.
Yeah.
Like
if
what
you
happened
choose
is gone.
to, yeah.
And you don't have the future because it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
So stop worrying about it.
That makes sense.
So live in the moment. Do what you can now.
I like that. I like the way you put it.
Yeah. And man, if you really like think about that, I think a lot of people will be at peace.
Sure.
Just like, oh, you're right. I don't.
I think about the future all the time.
And you get anxious.
You get anxious.
You're like, yeah. Like a lot of the things is like, damn, how do I get there? What do I need to do? And you're never like relaxed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now there is too relaxed. Right?
Sure.
There is too relaxed. So there's a happy medium.
So I think when you say too relaxed, again, we talked about too comfortable, too complacent, too,
Yeah. So
speaking of that, there's a movie. I don't know if you ever seen it. I remember I told Alex this, and I think it's a good story, but it's called Yes Man. You ever seen that?
Oh, with Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Yes Man, right?
Yeah.
Alex, I don't know if you remember when I told you this. I said, "Hey, you remind me of this guy, right? Like you remind me of the situation because I guess some of us are not too social. They don't, we don't want to do things. So we just kind of just want to like take it easy, right? And I criticized them for doing that, and I say you remind me of this guy, right? So I say you gotta watch, because Alex for like take a chance, get out, do out there, he'll be a dude like, hey, you want to go out somewhere? And like, nah, cool, right?
Yeah.
So I said, hey, you remind me of this dude, like you gotta watch this movie, right? Because it changes mentality. It's a comedy. It's supposed to be like a funny movie, right?
Yeah.
But the thing of the story is you gotta take chances. You gotta get out there. Take risks, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember. You've seen it, right?
I've seen it. Old movie, but yeah.
Yeah. And it was funny, but it was also one of those that kind of makes you think. And I know Alex. He came back around and told me, "Hey, yeah, I watched the movie and I was like tearing up."
Yeah.
Because that's what it is.
Like, I agree. It's getting out there and learning from.
Sometimes not even like not wanting to do it,
Yeah.
Because it happens to me where like I just want to sit at home and do nothing. But if the opportunity comes, I push myself to let's do it. Let's go out. Let's go whatever, right? Do something else.
Sure.
Because I think of that. I think of like
the movie?
I think like what am I missing out there that I'm gonna if I stay here?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like what opportunity am I missing? What chance am I not taking by not doing it?
Yeah.
So I think about that.
And I feel,
sorry.
Go for it.
I was just gonna add to this because there's a little more to this. On the whole taking chance thing, I think about it too when I gotta do something. So if it's like a work thing, and I'm kind of shy, like when I meet new people or like maybe I should go introduce myself, right?
Yeah.
That's scary for some people.
Yeah.
It depends on what level you're in, right?
Sure.
But again, you gotta push yourself, right?
Yeah.
So you try it, maybe it goes awkward at the first time, but the second time it's gonna be a little better, and the third time's gonna be a little better, and maybe you make an impression, right?
You know, you
Maybe
say
that
that.
changes your life.
You say that, bro, and it makes me think because I've been in that situation. As hard as it is to believe, I've been nervous to talk to people, and I've
Yeah,
been
because
nervous.
it depends on the
Right?
situation.
Well, but people that know me, they're like, bro, you're like out there, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Your
yeah.
confidence is
So
out the
imagine
roof.
somebody who's not.
Yeah, but what I've found out is that 9 times out of 10, when it's done, like you just feel like a relief.
Yeah,
And it's like
because you
a
push
good relief,
yourself. Yeah,
but it's like a high. It's like a I don't know how to explain it, dude. Because in the moment your adrenaline's going,
yeah,
you're probably you're nervous,
sure.
your mind's racing and everything. So you got all these like emotions and I don't know hormones or
Yeah,
testosterone, whatever
yeah,
the fuck, bro, just going crazy, and you're just doing what you do, right? You're meeting this new person, you're talking to them, and you're trying to keep it together, and you know what I mean. And then it's done, and that like expulsion of everything is just like, oh damn, that was
it is a little. It's gratifying to
yes.
go through that
So, and I've
process.
experienced that where I mean at work, like I'll talk to anybody now,
Yeah,
like and I
and
did
then
it.
like I said, the more you do it, the better it gets, the easier
Yeah,
it gets.
and it's easier for me now because I've challenged myself from the beginning. When I got to work, the first people that I met were my SVP and my VP. Right, like I went to the top.
Yeah,
I
just
was
start with
like,
the.
fuck it. So here's the thing. When I started working where I'm at right now, I made a goal of like meeting 4 new people a week. I was like, I gotta meet everybody. I gotta meet people. I gotta make
Yeah,
my network, right? So I'd meet people in the elevator, and I'd meet people, my team, right, my immediate team. I met them all quickly, cool. But then I was like, I need to expand, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for the top because if I break the top, right, like if I meet the top, if I get over that hump, anybody under
everybody else is gonna be
everybody
easy.
else should be easier because who gives
What
a
do you guys to
fuck,
lose?
right? Like
Yeah,
they're not at that level. So yeah, I mean, I remember setting up coffee with my SVP, and we sat at the coffee, drinking coffee. 30 minutes, just shooting the shit, talking about what we like, what we do. He was new to the States because he's from Germany and all that, and we were just talking, meeting people after that,
no problem.
fucking cakewalk.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cakewalk. I just go up to people and be like, hey, my name is Moises, set mine up the data analyst for project services, blah, 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 blah. What do you do? What's your name? How do you pronounce it? Da, da, da. Just like shit that's like normal.
Yeah.
But had I not
But it
done
takes
that,
practice.
yeah. And it takes practice, but it also takes like that big jump,
Takes guts a little bit.
big time guts,
Yeah.
big time guts, because you have to break the norm. I'll tell you another story about work. We had a town hall one time, um, and it was going to be in person at Houston, right? And so our CEO was going to be there. He was going to give some discussion,
Oh
talk
shit.
about some topic. And when I found that out, when it was in the email, I said, I'm going to shake my CEO's hand. As soon as I got the email and that our CEO was going to be there, I said, I'm shaking this man's hand. Given that I work in a company where structure is like crazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could even say that they like envision these people as gods. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's weird. It's the
Like,
cultural difference.
like you said, not the norm. Like you
The
just don't
cultural
do that.
difference is weird, And so I remember just bringing it up with people. Like, I'm going to shake the CEO's hand. They're like, no, don't do that. Like, what are you talking about? You're crazy, And
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm going to shake his hand,
Like it's not a negative thing, but it's funny how people kind of twist it and like you're gonna get fired if you shake his hand, right?
Yes. At some point, I thought about not. I was like, man, you know
That almost
what?
broke you.
I got a bunch of people saying like, you're crazy, don't do it. So the town hall happens, gives a discussion, sit in the front area, session's over and everything. And a good buddy of our good friend of mine, he's honestly I don't know his level. I think he's like a director or something. He's pretty up there. He's big, big guy. And we're talking and shooting the shit. And I mentioned to him that, hey, I'm gonna shake the CEO's hand. He had already interacted with a CEO overseas somewhere else, some other
Sure, yeah, yeah.
experience, and he's like, come on, let's go talk to him. So fuck, now it's real, bro. Now it's real. Now it's not just like, oh,
but if you wouldn't have mentioned that, you would have not.
I would have still done it.
Talked to him, yes, but in a different way.
It would have been different. Yeah? It would have been like,
and you said you almost didn't do it.
Well, yeah, but that was before. That was before the town hall. Once the town hall happened,
okay.
I was like,
so you already had made up your mind you were gonna do it.
I don't give a fuck anymore. You know, I'm doing it. But then I run into my buddy and we're talking, and then I'm like, hey, I'm gonna shake this guy's hand. You know what I mean? And he's like, oh yeah, you know, let's go talk to this guy. He's pretty cool. You know, I interact with him. So we went over there, and he introduces himself again, or he's like, hey, do you remember me? He's like, yeah, I remember you. Whatever. The guy's a genius, right? The CEO, man, the guy is a genius. And we're in that little circle, and so I'm like, hey, my name is Moises Edman. I'm the data analyst for project services for large capital projects, blah, 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 and he shakes my hand, and we shake. This motherfucker said, hey, let's take a picture. I have a picture with this guy, bro.
Hey, that's what's up.
This guy. So I didn't just shake his hand. I got a picture with the guy.
Nice.
Something that, discussing it with other people, they were like, no, don't shake his hand. Much less get a picture. Imagine I was like, I'm going to get a picture with the guy.
Yeah.
They'd be like, no, stop. Like, you know what? Don't even let Moises in the town hall. They would stop.
Yeah.
So I guess another thing of manifestation, right? My manifestation was I'm meeting.
I hope you have that picture framed and like showing in the back here.
So it's iffy, but whatever. So what I'm getting to is the manifestation. There was I'm meeting the guy, I'm shaking the guy's hand, and it went further than that, right?
Yeah.
So going back to what we were talking about earlier, right? Like you can really manifest things, and they will happen. You really just have to set your mind to it, and you have to be true to it. You can't just say like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this much money, or I'm gonna lose this much weight."
But at the back of your mind, you're like, "Nah, it's not really gonna happen."
Because it goes back to what my therapist said, right? You cancel it out with that thought,
yeah.
Right? So you don't necessarily.
So it doesn't matter what you say.
You have to like
if you don't believe it.
Yeah.
You're not living it.
Yeah. So, but I mean, yeah. Let's see. All right.
You say I made myself extremely comfortable. That's Alex. What movie? The movie's Yes Man.
Yes Man. Jim Carrey is the main character in that. So if you don't like Jim Carrey, I'm sorry, but it's a pretty good movie. Oh yeah, the job that Alex has now, I will say,
I would never would have guessed that was gonna be a job that he was gonna do.
Yeah, because he's
or succeed.
He's claimed himself he's an introvert. I would disagree with that.
I disagree. I
think Alex.
I think he was
succeed anywhere.
No. Let me rephrase. The guy was describing from many years ago who didn't like going out, didn't like interacting.
He like playing Need for Speed Underground 2. Remember that guy?
Yeah. That guy wouldn't have. I wouldn't have guessed that was this car salesman, right?
Yeah. Like, yeah, because car salesman, you really have to get out.
You're out there. You kind of have to. You have to read people, and there's a lot that goes into it, right? It's an art.
Yeah. Like you really have to get out there. Like it's
not to brag, but I'm related to this guy. He's pretty successful, I think.
Yeah.
I think so far he's doing it.
So we're definitely proud of you, man.
Yes, sir.
For doing that. But then you made it happen. Oh yeah, for sure, bro. That was like one of the biggest, I guess, goals that I had accomplished at work.
Yeah.
I don't know if that says a lot, but yeah.
Well, I think, but more importantly, more than you actually meeting this guy, right? It's that you push yourself through it.
Sure.
And you made it.
And it's definitely.
And I was like, "Fuck you! I don't care who you are. I met the CEO."
Yes, bro. Like I'm telling you, like it started all out at the beginning of getting there, SVP, VP, right? Ooh. And at some point, a year later or whatever, it was sometime later, I meet the CEO, right? Like, it's just kind of like boom, bro. Now anybody between this and the CEO, it's bro, good, it's like, because even if I meet the next CEO, I could always be like, oh, hey, I met the previous guy.
Yeah. You got to win. Yeah.
So I have a conversation starter versus like, I just want to introduce myself.
Start all over again.
Yeah. And, and so anybody in between, it's not, I don't want to say it's going to be a cakewalk, right? Because people are different.
Yeah.
Right? Like some people, I want to say I got lucky that our CEO at the time was welcoming, because like I told you, the
I could have been an
cultural,
asshole.
yeah, because the culture is very different than like an American culture, where it's a social culture. Their culture is a little different, where it's like
Yeah,
you got to go by the ranks. You know what I mean?
sure. Like, who the hell is this guy?
Like yeah, who the fuck is this peon trying to talk to the
Well, I hope you don't have that, but I'm sure there's some companies, some CEOs out there that are might be like that.
Yeah, I mean,
If you're one of them, let us know.
it is what it is. You know what I
But
mean?
yeah.
But uh, so there's that. I wanted to talk about something. Um,
I
something
think we had some topics from last time that we were carrying over, and I've just we have to start writing this down.
We got to start writing these down. But I also wanted to mention something that is it's sitting on my shoulders, bro. I want to just like two-piece the fucking world, and it might stop me if I'm like hurting some feelings here, but and I'll touch on it a little bit because obviously there's not there's something there. But the other day I was at the clinic and I'm being a responsible adult, right? I'm paying for insurance. I'm paying my stuff towards my deductible. I'm doing
You're
everything
doing what
the
you're supposed
right
to be
way,
doing,
right?
yeah.
The right way, or the fucking Matrix way. You know what I mean? I'm following the
You're
Matrix
following
to
the
the
steps,
T,
yeah.
and I get to go pay, right? Because I got to pay until I reach my deductible. No big deal. And there's this person in front of me, and it's an older lady, only speaks Spanish, right?
Okay.
And I'm not eavesdropping, but I'm eavesdropping because I'm 2 feet away from them, right? So the lady asked her, like, "Oh, would you like to pay your balance?" And she's like, and she's with somebody else, and she's like, "¿Qué dijo?" You know, what did she say? And the guy, he broken English, broken everything, right? And so he's like, algo de si quieres pagar tu balance. You know, do you want to pay your balance? And she's like, oh, $50. So $50. The balance isn't crazy, right? I think it was something in the $1,500 range, right?
Okay.
But this is the balance prior to this charge that she just
Yeah, it's gonna
acquired now.
be
So it's gonna
add on
stack up. It's
to
gonna load up.
yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking, this bitch is gonna get medical service or whatever she's fucking getting for $50 while Moises has to pay the full price of this fucking.
Well, you don't have to, but you do.
You
Well,
do.
you
I
could pay
have to. They didn't give me the option.
you could pay $50.
They didn't give me that option. They asked her, how much do you want to pay? With me, it was like, this is the total. Maybe I could have said, oh, well, I want to do this or that. But, I have insurance. The reason that bitch is doing that is because she doesn't have insurance.
Yeah.
Right? So I've made my peace with all these programs where some people don't pay shit, whatever. Okay, look, if you filled out the forms, if you, made the line, if you did all the stuff and you're in the program, fuck it. More power to you. I made my peace with that. But then there's the people that don't have these programs, don't pay for insurance, don't do shit,
but
and we still give them medical fucking service.
Could we argue that our medical service kind of sucks? The systems, not the service, not the actual medical. The system of where our health providers run suck.
Yes, but what I'm saying is,
so if you're 80 and I don't know how old the lady was.
She was probably in her 60s.
Okay, so if you're older, right, your priority is not gonna pay that doctor, right?
Sure, but get insurance, motherfucker.
Get insurance, yeah, but
or if you don't want to do it right, die.
Yeah, so that's my point. Like, if you're gonna die, how does it matter?
If you're gonna die, why are you racking up a fucking bill and making other people wait? Taking up other people's scheduled time that they could schedule but now they can't because you scheduled your time to go there. Like, fuck you. Do it right or don't do it at all.
I don't have the right answer, but I'm just thinking. I'm trying to get in her shoes and trying to figure it out.
So I don't know the
situation. I don't know the situation.
So I was gonna be an asshole. I was gonna say, how many people would there be on this planet if that wasn't an option? If you had to have insurance, be on a program, or pay?
Hey, Abby. Hey, Allison. Hey, that's a good question.
So,
I
and I
think.
know people that. Okay, look, hold
Wait.
on. Becca's on there, so she said, "Yeah, it's very annoying. I have to meet my deductible before anything else.
Right.
Even explain my situation, they don't care. But those with Medicaid have no worry." But okay, but Rebecca, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've made my peace with that.
But I
I've made
think
my peace with the programs, and I've made my peace with deductible because that's just part of having insurance. Okay,
yes.
but there are people that don't have a program, don't have insurance, don't have shit. They go to the fucking doctor and they get their service and then they rack up a bill and then they're like, all right, I'm just going to pay 10, 20, $30.
In the United States,
Yes.
not the rest of the world.
Sure.
Right. So I don't know everywhere, but I'm assuming the rest of the world don't probably even have the option to get medical attention. Do you agree? Definitely not third world countries. Maybe
So my
some.
understanding is in the third world, in Guatemala, my understanding is that you have to be able to pay or have insurance. So
Right.
yeah, that's
So
what I'm
that's not
talking
an
about.
option everywhere. So first of all, yeah, the world. If you're saying how different would it be in the world, it happens because most of the world is like that. I think it's just here that they're flexible again because if you
It's
the
a way of
system
control.
this it's a way of control, but also the system is made for you to have insurance, for you to have all these spendings, and for you to support all these insurance companies. And so the way it is, right? Being flexible that way doesn't make a difference.
What do you mean?
I'm assuming in other countries and other operations, they need that money to operate. I mean,
Okay.
could that be? That's a fair assumption. Like they need the money to operate. Yes, we have probably the most advanced, if not one of the top most advanced medical treatments here in the United States. Sort of, it's up there, right?
Okay.
First
Yeah.
world country. Okay, but the system we're running with, it's not made for everyone.
It is though. That's what I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
yes and
That's why
no,
it's
yes and no.
annoying
But what I'm
because the
saying is,
system allows everybody to get medical care.
yes. But what I'm saying is, if this lady doesn't pay her $3,000 bill because she's paying $400, right? They're still getting their money's worth. They're just not playing by
I'm
the
not talking
insurance
about this.
rules.
I'm
They're
not
not
talking
playing.
about the system getting their money.
But that's what I'm talking about.
I'm
Like
talking about how
you're
it
talking
affects
about why
us.
you have to
Yeah.
do it and
Why do I
nobody
have to
else.
do it the right way, but this bitch doesn't?
I think we just got so many
Because here's
extremes.
the thing. If I don't do it the right way, at the end of the year or whenever taxes come around, I get charged for not having insurance.
Yes.
So I have to do it the right way. If I have something to lose, I have to do it the right
So
way.
can we control the government and how
No,
they
no,
run
no, no,
things?
no. We can't.
So how do we? What can we control?
I'm just getting it out there
I'm,
that
try,
it's so fucking annoying
I'm trying
that that's the way that
I'm
this
trying to
is.
therapy you, because what can we control out of that situation?
Legally, nothing.
Nothing. It's fucked up.
I mean, it's just it. Here's the thing, though. I feel like the people like that, right? The people in that lady situation is what causes all this insurance bullshit,
Now
all this bullshit.
I don't know, but so if you do have insurance, no, let me rephrase. If you don't have insurance, you pay out of pocket, right?
You're supposed to.
But do you have the option not to pay?
Yes. So that's what happened with this lady. They asked her, "Do you want to pay?" And she said,
Oh,
"No."
so she said she didn't have insurance.
Yeah, no, she yeah, she didn't have
Oh,
insurance.
she didn't have insurance.
So then
Okay.
they
See,
asked her.
I don't know the details, so
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
so she
know
didn't have insurance.
if
They pulled up her bill, and they were like, "Okay, so you have a standing balance of this much money. It was like 1570 something, so almost $1,600. That's not including this new charge. Would you like to pay something towards that balance?" And she said, 50 or something, whatever in Spanish, right? And I'm just like, fucking bitch, you know, like fuck you.
I think we have. I think since we have the system,
Like die
having that
or
flexibility
fuck.
is part of it.
Oh my god.
It's part of it.
But we get fucked
I
because
think.
I have to
Yeah, but
pay
she's
whatever.
so she's playing the system though. But what I'm saying is, just like she does, you have the option to not pay the full amount.
I do, but I don't, because then when I do my taxes, I get fucked.
You just have to pay when you do the taxes, right?
I'm pretty sure that bitch ain't doing her taxes.
I don't know.
Fuck that bitch.
I don't know.
Whatever. So okay, so we have here.
That's a good point. I don't know. Definitely some broken systems out there.
Yeah, no, the system's all fucking broken. But
yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not made to help you. If that's what you're wondering.
No.
And that's what's I think upsetting.
Yeah.
It's not meant to help somebody who's doing the right thing, who's following the right things, and who's not right. It's not like, rewarding you for doing the right thing.
What's crazy is that like it's not even like working the system. It's not working the system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's literally the opposite, because working the system is something like what businessmen do or businesswomen, right, do, where they get LLCs and S corps and that's working the system, because they're there to do that. This bitch is just not in the system. So Rebecca says
she's a see very often. Mm-hmm. Yep, at the office, cardiologist. Okay. She's I'll have to pay the full balance before I get seen. Yes, I come up with the money one way or another, but I feel like give the next person a payment plan option. Huh. Yeah. Okay, Alex says our system is designed to make profit, not to make people healthier. But and that's what I mean by it doesn't make a difference, because they're still gonna. I mean, they're trying to make a profit. That's the reason why they rack up these huge bills, because they want to keep you trapped.
Yeah, okay. So that I agree.
So let's say it was reasonable and fair. Maybe the latest balance would have been $300, right?
Yeah.
But because they want to keep you trapped forever, they're racking up $1,000 bills.
It definitely affects the person that has something to lose.
Yeah.
Versus the person that doesn't have anything to lose.
For sure.
We were kind of touching on that. Something I was playing earlier, Call of Duty with Christian, with Angry Bullets.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how that it normally affects, like, these bullshit situations affect the people that have something to lose. Because, for example, if I was to do that, I can almost guarantee you that in the future, when I want to buy a house, a car, or whatever, that's going to come up, and they will be like,
I don't think medical bills come up on your credit. I don't think.
Don't tell me that, because I ain't going to pay shit no more.
Look it up, but I really don't think they do.
Fuck this system, bro.
Do your research. It might be.
I might not have to pay anything.
You may not have to pay as much as you think you do.
Oh man, I don't know.
Now again, if you got health insurance and you want to use it and you can, sure, go ahead, right? It's better for you. But I don't think it affects your credit. I think it's separate.
I just.
And it is the case. You do have the option to not pay the full amount if you don't want to.
I just couldn't.
And again, to the lady's point, or whoever else is doing this, right? Which I'm sure there's a lot of people. The way that it works is we get trapped in these huge bills because that's the way it's designed.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's fair or not. I don't have an answer. I just know it's not the best system that we could possibly have.
It's bullshit.
But look it up. Now I'm curious. Don't say. Are you looking it up?
No, I'm looking up trends.
Trends of.
Just what people look up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but let's see. Rebecca said, "I've been told it does go on your credit." Oh, so I mean, I don't
interesting.
Know, I don't know. It's annoying. It's annoying, but whatever.
No, I mean, you got it out there. It's true. It's not helping you whatsoever.
And these people just need to be unalived.
What somebody said? Oh, we gotta reduce the population.
We need another.
And we're like, that's what COVID was for. I said, but I don't remember what we were talking about. I don't even know if it was with you.
It might have been, because it must. I remember there was.
We were talking about it yesterday. No, something about.
I know there was a new. Was it another disease that was the plague is coming back? Did you hear about that? Yeah, Diana was telling me yesterday that some people have already died. I can't remember where. They've unalived somewhere because the plague is coming back. And I thought the plague was eradicated.
Yeah.
It must be a different
something else. Yeah.
Plague. But the plague is back.
Wow.
So stay tuned for more mask and fucking
oh no,
toilet paper discussions.
I can't. Oh god.
Yeah, I don't know. What are we talking about?
As long as it's not airborne and I don't have to wear a mask, I'll be okay.
I mean,
I
you'll
mean,
have
if
to
we
get.
die, we die, but just don't make me wear a mask.
Look at these. Look at these fucking dumbass trends that they don't even make sense. Look, trend one is Leap Day 2024.
Okay, so we did have a leap day, by the way. Let's
Yeah,
go
man.
viral.
Okay, let's talk about. So we you know what the Leap Day? Why we have a Leap Day?
Something about the rotation of the wall,
So okay, so I was explaining this to
the
the
Earth
Anna.
rotation, or something.
All right, so I was explaining this to the Anna. So a year has 365 and a quarter, about a quarter days. It's really shorter than that. I can't remember the exact number, but it's like 365 and a quarter days.
Yeah,
But nobody really measures it like that. Everybody measures it as 365.
yeah.
Because nobody goes, oh,
So
it's
to
January.
so to correct that
So to
extra,
correct it,
can
every
I
4
reset it?
years, we have 366 days to
Yeah,
make up that quarter. Because a quarter plus a quarter
yeah,
plus a quarter
yeah.
plus a
It adds
quarter
up to
is
one.
1 day. So that's why we have a leap day every 4 years.
Huh. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. That's a good clip right there.
Hashtag leap year.
Yeah, hashtag leap year, hashtag year of the dragon.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, what are you?
Alex the dragon.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm a rabbit, I think.
You're right. I'm a dog.
Your dog?
I'm just a dog, you know?
Have you ever read the description on that thing?
So at work, we have all these celebrations, right? Cultural celebrations, and they had this explanation of all the animals and whatnot.
And so what element are you? Since you want to talk about this, I don't. If I'm being 100% honest, I don't know if I believe it or not. But
let's pull it up because I don't really.
Yeah, so it's the animal, right? But it's also an element.
There's actually a lot more to it.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Not just
So when I read mine, I was like, maybe. I don't know. I know people that are like die hard believe in this shit. So if you're one of those, and if you want to kind of talk about it or prove a point, or I don't know. I mean, I just really find it hard to believe. I think this is one of those things where like you're telling people how to be, and then people are like, yeah, I can relate. Everybody's everything, right? We all have traits of everything. So I think you can just put a description up there, and every single person would believe it.
Yes.
To an extent, right?
So I can't find the whole thing of it.
So we got a really good point here. Alex, how is the Earth rotating if it's flat? That could be like a whole nother episode.
Bro, can you but you know what's crazy is that this flat Earth theory is starting to be a thing.
It not only starting to be a thing, but it's split.
Like trending.
It's a good amount of people out there who truly believe this shit.
I can't believe that, dude.
I mean, I've never gone around the Earth, so I don't really know, but common sense to me, I want to say.
It's just it blows my mind how many people believe this flat Earth theory. And like you said, yeah, we haven't been around the Earth and whatever, but
haven't been to space yet.
But there is ways to see it without going around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one of the best or one of the easiest ways to see it is when you see the eclipses, right? Or when not even just the eclipses, but when you see the phases on the moon, right? So when you have like your waning, your new moon, you're like all that. It's never ever flat. It's always
not a line.
So which shape is the only shape that gives you a round shadow 100% of the time?
Circle?
No.
A sphere.
A sphere.
Right.
So just with the moon and like looking at unless they're saying that somebody's fucking holding a flashlight.
Have you seen the flat Earth explanation and map? How it breaks down, how the sun is basically like a light bulb in the middle. I mean, they got a way to explaining it. So I mean, like I said, I don't know. And your explanation makes sense.
I can't.
But I can see how some people might be not as informed and might believe some of this stuff.
I'm trying to really find this zodiac stuff.
So she said, I have a hospital bill when I was younger, and it's on my credit. So there it goes. It is on your credit.
Yeah, see, I mean, it's fucking bullshit, bro. It's fucking bullshit. Tiger versus. See, this one's only telling me the years. Oh, here we go. Is this what you're talking about? Like the metal, the
Yeah, the
element?
metal, the wood, fire. Yeah, yeah. And then depending on which one you are, it gives you a different description of what you might be like.
Finch.
So let's read yours, see if it makes sense. You
Let
gotta
me
look
find
at
it.
the year.
All right, let me look up like really in detail. Okay, 1994.
Yeah. Look for
Is
what
it
element,
Zodiac? No, it's
and
not Zodiac.
it's
It's
Chinese zodiac.
Chinese
What
Zodiac
animal or what element?
element, animal, and fucking sex. Okay,
Ooh,
dog. I know I'm a dog.
okay.
Is the 11th of the 12th. Okay, I
Well,
need
what kind of
more.
dog?
I need more wood dog.
Oh, you're a wood
Ooh,
dog.
that's what I was
Ooh.
thinking. Wood. All right, so here we go. Um, so 1994 Chinese Zodiac is a
Yeah,
wood dog.
Alex, we just talked about that. Is the year of the dragon?
Yeah,
That's why we're
yeah.
looking this up.
All right, so 1994 is the Chinese Zodiac year of the wood dog. According to Chinese Zodiac, the year 1994 has the dog sign. Moreover, the year has the wood element based on Chinese five elements. In the Gregorian calendar, this wood dog year starts from February 10, 1994 to January 30, 1995. Therefore, people born in this period, wood dog. So my lucky numbers are 3 and 8. My lucky colors are black and blue, given that blue is my favorite color.
All right. But what's the
Um,
description for that
all
specific
right, check
sign?
this out right here.
Let's see if we agree with this.
Their life would be colorful and happy in general. And honestly, my life is pretty fucking colorful and happy.
All right.
You know?
I'll give you that one. Go ahead.
So in workplace, their ability and talent would be appreciated by leaders. And they would be given some more important tasks and a higher salary. In addition, they may meet some capable people who would like to assist them in work. Man, I don't know.
I don't know. That's all about work, so I'm not sure.
Fake. Yeah, this shit sounds fake about work, but whatever. Those being dating may get married. So, you know what I'm saying? I got married.
Okay.
With the best wishes from parents and friends to enjoy a happy marriage life. Now, I don't know if my in-laws wanted me to marry. You know what I'm saying? More luckily, they may welcome their first kid. However, the singles would not be lucky to find out they're Mr. or Mrs. Right. Take it easy. It's just a matter of time. So, take it easy. It's just a matter of time. That's what I was talking about. Like, I'm chill. I'm, like, relaxed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no big deal. You know what I mean? But then that could also be bad. They can make use of time improvement themselves. Big time.
Okay.
Accompany parents. I don't have any. Or develop a sideline. What does that mean?
Like a side chick?
No side chick.
No
Bro,
side
I
chick.
can barely keep up with one.
Didn't say that.
You know what? I always thought about that. Like, cheating, right? Like, how can you...
Oh, dude, I commend if you're able to keep up with like your main thing and then have like a side thing.
That's so hard, dude.
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort for sure.
Right, but that's another topic for another day. So let's see. Horoscope of the wood dog. Maybe a bumpy year in terms of love in 2024. The dog people may want to get more concerns from their partners, but the reality may make them disappointed. On the other hand, they like to take another girl from the busy work. This is not telling me what I want to hear.
So there was, right? So I think if you can look somewhere else. Okay, so this breaks it down into like different categories. There was one that I saw. It was like one overall description of that.
Okay, what if I just look up like wood?
Yes, wood dog personality per se,
Overall.
or description. Wood dog description, tendencies, personality.
All right, here we go. I'm fucking related to the sun.
Oh.
Took you to sun sign.
Active elements: wood and earth. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh shit.
Look at this. People born in the year of the dog are honest, loyal, and have a deep sense of duty.
Okay.
There couldn't be a better description of me.
That's it. Done. Period.
Done. Podcast over.
We graduated. It's over.
Oh, look at this one. Look at this one. I like this. Their intelligence and industrious nature make them good leaders in the business world. I mean, What else does my boss need to see? Can you
Can you just forward that over
to an hour and 15 minutes? And just like, come on.
But yeah, screenshot it, email it to.
I'm about to fucking do that shit.
And you say, "Oops, sorry, I accidentally sent this."
My bad. Send. Oops. Oh man.
It's just funny because you hate the heat. So how can you be related to the sun? That actually makes sense, Rebecca. I don't think about that for sure. You gonna keep reading, or you wanna?
I'm trying to see if I hate the heat.
You don't like
Of
getting
course
hot
not. I
and
don't
sweaty,
like,
right?
I don't like hot.
But in this scenario, the sun might not be heat, be more like energy.
Energy.
Let's go with that.
Energy of the fucking sun.
Let's go with that. I like that.
Bomba. Yeah, I mean, they're all broken up into like different things.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, it doesn't tell me like an actual.
True.
Other than I'm
so
a
we got
fucking genius, you know.
So we got one. Oh shit! So we got one request. Rebecca said do 1982. So what do we got?
1982 zodiac, animal and sign, or
Element.
and element. All right, here we go.
A water dog. House full of dogs.
Hell yeah! All right. So you're a water dog. Let's see. I'm excited for this one. Let's see. This fucking thing ain't telling me shit, bro. I'm about to fucking break.
It's gonna say the same thing. Loyal, responsible, likes to get wet. Because of the water dog thing. Come on now.
Okay, let's see. So it says they're likely to become creative and influential at work, which would be very helpful to break through and stand out in the office. However, feeling confused about their future, they may feel it difficult seizing the opportunity and staying on the position. In addition, the pressure of working as well as social activities may lead to physical exhaustion for them. Thus, they should take enough rest while working hard. So that is a big thing. You know, you gotta take it easy sometimes. Let's see, personality and traits.
There you go.
They are son of a bitch. This is a hard word. Consistinous. Oh my fucking god, bro! How do you say that? They are Consientious. Conscientious. We're gonna fucking skip that word. They are careful.
No. You might be skipping something important. Let's see what it is.
The water dog is careful in work and strict with themselves. At the same time, they are very loyal to their friends and family. Oh my! It's the dog, bro. You gotta be a dog.
Spell it. CONSCIE. Consistent. There it goes.
How do you pronounce
Conscientious.
Conscientious. That makes sense. Can you edit this for about just take a fucking minute?
Conscientious.
Oh, that was so hard.
That was hard.
I've never ever written that.
Conscientious.
I don't think I've ever read it.
It makes sense now that I hear it, but me reading it, it's not like that.
What does it mean? That you're conscious?
Conscientious, a person wishing to do what is right, especially to do one's work or duty well. Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
The act does
Especially
not
with
provide
the fact
exempting
that
from the
Becca
service of
has
business.
has a small business. So
True.
It goes in hand. But look, what I'm getting though is that dogs are fucking loyal to their friends and man, you know what I'm saying? We're loyal. We'll bite motherfuckers.
To wrap it up.
All right. But
wait! You gotta do me before I wrap it up.
What are you? All right.
I am at 87.
So last but not least, we got Cesar here, 1987.
We're gonna do me now. See what we got. I know it's a rabbit. I don't know what kind of rabbit.
Fire rabbit.
Ooh, that's
Pokemon.
nice.
Like
okay.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Travel.
Are you sure?
That's what it says.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
All right, so let's see. Lucky numbers are 0 and 6. Lucky colors are green and blue. So we got
Okay.
the blue going. All right, let's see. Personality and traits. So they're intelligent and skillful, and they can easily get succeed in every field. Wait, that does not make sense. They can easily get succeed. It sounds like
What
somebody
did it
wrote
say
it
that?
right here. It sounds like it was written
They
in
can easily get success in every field.
get succeed.
I know, but they meant success.
I'm thinking somebody in like the motherland of where this come from wrote it.
Sure.
So it says people born in 1987, year of the rabbit, are intelligent and skillful, and they can easily get success in every field. They have a good reputation among friends because they are broad-minded, tolerant, and careful. Most of them have a unique vision and know how to make good use of their talents. However, they often leave others a kind of arrogant impression because of their high aspirations and big desires. When they are in a bad mood, they often lose their temper and hurt others with words. Ooh, but
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't do that.
So maybe I'm a fucking rabbit too. No, I don't use words that hurt people. Actually, no, don't do that. So no, I'm not a rabbit. Your career path is not very smooth. And I remember you said something about that.
Yeah.
You have to like
A
challenge
little rocky, yeah.
sometimes.
I have to kind of chop my way through a little bit.
So
okay, that's interesting. Well, I don't know. I mean, again, like I said, this you can read this to anyone.
Yeah, I feel like some
can relate
to.
And there's different descriptions, different websites.
Yeah, this is a travel China guide. So
Alex is some Chinese guy wrote it. Yeah, exactly.
I didn't want to say that. But I've talked to some, people from the motherland, and yeah,
they took like took a little time off TikTok and then wrote the little descriptions.
Yeah, for sure. But
I really like this in-person session.
This was
different.
Good. We need
different
vibe. We need to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like I might go over there. You might.
Yeah, I wanted to schedule some of these more often
because these are good.
Unfortunately, I keep going all night except for I have to get home.
Yeah.
I have to get driving.
So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. For anybody that stopped by, man, we really appreciate y'all. Anybody that chatted again, really appreciate y'all. Anybody that watches this later or even watching it right now, as always, head over to 2MadKings.com. The top left will show our social media platforms where we're at. You can choose to follow and subscribe to all of them, or choose to follow just one and subscribe to one. No big deal.
Like, subscribe, follow.
Yeah. Once again, I'm Moises Setman, and you are?
Caesar.
And we are 2MadKings. Thank you,
We're
guys.
out.